The question is, if A equals to 3, B is equals to 4 and sin A is equals to 3 by 4, then what is angle B? So we have a triangle. This is angle A, angle B and angle C. Here it is capital A. So opposite to this capital A, small a will be there. So if this is opposite is this one, this is 3. Opposite to the capital B, it is small b. So we need to find this angle. This angle how much? So we have a formula. A divided by sin A is equals to B divided by sin B. Here A value is given as 3 divided by sin A 3 by 4 is equals to B value is given as 4 divided by sin B. We don't know, so I am writing as it is sin B. 3 both will cancel, so we remains with 4 is equals to 4 divided by sin B. I'll take sin B to the left side and I'll bring 4 to the right side. So we will get sin B is equals to 4 divided by 4. So sin B is equals to 1. Which angle of sin is equals to 1? Which angle of sin is 1? That is 90 degrees. So angle B is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, the next question is, find maximum and minimum values of 3 cos x plus 4 sin x. So the given function is f of x is equals to 3 cos x plus 4 sin x. Now this I will compare with the standard form, that is a cos x plus b sin x plus c. The given function I am comparing with the original one, that is a cos x plus b sin x plus c. So now if we compare this, in the place of a 3 is there, so a value is 3. In the place of b, here 4 is there, so b value is 4. Here constant c is there, but here constant only not there, so c value is 0. So now we got a value, b value and c value. So we need to find maximum and minimum values. So what is the formula for maximum value? Maximum value equals to c plus under root a square plus b square, which is equals to c is 0 plus under root, plus here a square, that is 3 square plus b square, it is 4 square. So 0 plus under root 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16, which is equals to 0 plus under root 25. 0 plus root 25 is 5. So maximum value is plus 5. Next, minimum value. What is the formula for minimum value? C minus under root a square plus b square. C value 0 minus under root a square plus b square, that is 3 square plus 4 square. 0 minus 3 square plus 4 square value already we solved here, that is 5. So I am writing that as it is 5. 0 minus 5 minus 5. Maximum value is plus 5 and minimum value is minus 5. Okay, the next question. Root 3 sin theta minus cos theta is equals to root 2. Then what is the value of theta? Here root 3 is there. So we know one value related to root 3 by 2. So every term I will divide by 2. So we will get root 3 by 2 sin theta minus 1 by 2 cos theta is equals to root 2 by 2. Next, here root 3 by 2 sin theta minus half into cos theta. So if we observe this clearly, it is in the form of sin theta cos something minus cos theta sin something. So sin of a minus b formula we will get. So this root 3 by 2 I will write it as cos 30 into sin theta minus half can be written as sin 30 into cos theta, which is equals to this root 2 by 2. root 2 by 2. So this root 2 by 2 I am solving here. Root 2 by 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. Root 2 cancel. So we remains with 1 by root 2. So here cos sin theta cos 30 minus cos theta sin 30. So this can be written as sin of theta minus 30, which is equals to 1 divided by root 2. So left side I will keep like that only. Sin of theta minus 30 is equals to 1 by root 2 can be written as sin 45. Now if we compare these two ratios, angles are equal to each other. That is theta minus 30 is equals to 45 degrees. Minus 30 if I take another side it will become plus. So theta is equals to 45 plus 30. Theta is equals to 75 degrees. Okay, the next question. Two matrices are given and they are asking about some missing numbers x, y, z and a. So if two matrices are equal to each other, then the corresponding elements are also equal to each other. So x minus 3, this is first row first element, is equals to 5. X minus 3 is equals to 5. Minus 3 if we take another side it will become plus 3. So x is equals to 5 plus 3. That is nothing but 8. Next, first row second element is equals to first row second. That is 2y minus 8 is equals to 2. Minus 8 if we take another side become plus 8. So 2y is equals to 2 plus 8. 2y is equals to 10. Then y is equals to 5. So y value we got. Next, second row first element z plus 2 is equals to second row first element minus 2. This plus 2 if I take another cell become minus 2. So we get z is equals to minus 2. This plus 2 will become again minus 2. So z is equals to minus 2 minus 2 minus 4. Next, fourth element 6 is equals to a minus 4. This minus 4 if I take another side it will become plus 4. So a is equals to 6 plus 4. So a is equals to 10. A value 10, z value minus 4, y value 5 and x value 8. Okay, the next question is, if A and B are symmetric matrices of same order and x is equals to AB plus BA and y is equals to AB minus BA, then xy whole power t. So x is given as AB plus BA. Then what about x power t will become here plus only. So as it is, it will become x. Next, y is equals to AB minus BA. It is also given in the question itself. Then what about y transpose? So here minus is there. So this will become minus y. So we need to find out xy whole power t. So xy whole power t is nothing but y power t into x power t. Here y power t is given as minus y into x power t is normal x again. So minus yx. Okay, the next question is, the locus of the center of a circle which touches the circle z minus z1 is equals to a and modulus z minus z2 is equals to b externally. So here he gave something about the circle. So I don't know that circle. So I am taking that as, let the circle be modulus z minus z naught is equals to r. So z minus z naught is r, and in the question they gave z minus z1 is equals to a. Z minus z1 is equals to a and z minus z naught is r. So I will combine these two both. This is z to z naught, this is z to z1. So directly I will write from z naught to z1. starting from 0 to 1, Z0 to Z1. So it will become R plus A. The same way for the second one also I will write. That is Z0 minus, here Z2 is there, so Z2. Z0 minus Z2 is equals to R plus B. Now I will try to eliminate this R completely, so that for that I will subtract these two. So we will get first one Z0 minus Z1, Z0 minus Z1 minus modulus Z0 minus Z2, which is equals to this total first one R plus A, this total minus R minus B, plus R minus R both will get cancelled. So we remains with Z0 minus Z1 minus Z0 minus Z2 is equals to A minus B. Then what about the locus? He is asking about the locus of the center. So what will be the locus then? Simply in the place of Z0 we will replace with Z. Z minus Z1 minus Z minus Z2 is equals to A minus B. This is the standard form of hyperbola. So the locus of the center is hyperbola. Okay, next question. If A, B, C are in GP, then which among the following is the correct one? He said clearly they are in GP. So A comma B comma C are in GP. So second term by first term is equals to third term by second term. That is second term by first term B by A is equals to third term by second term C by B. If I do cross multiplication, B into B, B square, which is equals to A into C, AC. If ABC are in GP, then B square is equals to AC. So now what I will do, both the sides I will multiply with A minus C. So B square into A minus C, which is equals to AC into A minus C. Now I will remove that bracket. B square into A, B square A minus B square into C, B square C is equals to AC into A square C minus AC into C, AC square. Here A is there and here A is there, so I will bring this to the left side. So this B square A also can be written as AB square. This minus AC square will become plus AC square, which is equals to, here A square C is there, A square C as it is. This minus B square C I will take to the right side, it will become plus B square C. Now from these two terms I will take A common, so we remains with B square plus C square, which is equals to, from these two terms I will take C common, so we remains with A square plus B square. So let us check whether this option is there or not. That is A into B square plus C square is equals to C into A square plus B square. So option B is the correct one. Okay, the next question is, if the first term of a GP is 5, so A value, that is first term, is given as 5 and common ratio is minus 5, R value is given as minus 5. Then he is asking which term is 3125, that is rth term, AR is given as 3125. So he is asking N value, which term N value is asking. So we have the formula, AR is equals to A into R power N minus 1. AR is given as 3125, which is equals to A value 5 into R value minus 5 whole power N minus 1. Now this 5 I will take to the left side, so we will get division. 3125 divided by 5 is equals to minus 5 whole power N minus 1. 5 ones are 5 625. So 625 is equals to minus 5 whole power N minus 1. This 625 I will write in terms of 5. So that is minus 5 whole power 4. Minus 5 whole power 4 is 625, which is equals to minus 5 whole power N minus 1. Here both the bases are equal to each other, so obviously powers also equal. That is 4 is equals to n minus 1. Minus 1, if we take another side, we will get n is equals to 4 plus 1. That is nothing but n is equals to 5. So fifth term of the GP is 3125. Okay, the next question is, find the product of first 5 terms of a GP if its third term is 4. Third term. So, a into r power 3 minus 1. That is given as 4. So, a into r power 3 minus 1 is 2. So, a r square is given as 4. Product of first 5 terms. First term is a. Second term ar. Third term ar square. Fourth term ar cube. Fifth term ar power 4. If we multiply all these, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times a is there. So a power 5. R, let us check how many times r is there. 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So r power 10. So this a power 5 r power 10, I will write it as a r square whole power 5. A power 5 r square whole power 5 is nothing but again power 10. So a power 5 r power 10, I am writing it as a r square whole power 5. From the first given itself, ar square value is 4. So in the place of ar square, I will substitute 4 whole power 5. 4 power 5 is nothing but 1024. Okay, the next question is, what is the sum of 1 square plus 1 square 2 square plus 1 square 2 square 3 square plus and so on till n terms? Now, if we observe the terms clearly, in the first one 1 square is there, in the second term 2 square is there, again here 3 square is there, so continues like that only. So it means 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on till r square. Because here already n terms is there, that's why I am not using again n here, I am writing simply another variable r. The same way, here again 1 square is there, here 2 square is there, again 3 square will be there. So the same way total n times it is there. We need to find the value of that. So let us check now. First here 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on till r square. This first n natural numbers square. The formula is r into r plus 1 into 2r plus 1 divided by 6. I will expand it. R into r plus 1, r square plus r into 2r plus 1 whole divided by 6. If we expand this, r square into 2r, 2r cube plus r square into 1, r square plus r into 2r, 2r square plus r into 1r whole divided by 6. 2r cube plus r square plus 2r square, 3r square plus r whole divided by 6. This is only one time, that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square and so on. That is one time. But we have like that n number of times, because again 1 square 2 square 3 square is there, again 1 square 2 square 3 square will be there. So like that n number of times will be there. So that's why we will find sum of the n terms. So for the same value we got, apply sigma starting from 1 till n. That will be 2r cube plus 3r square plus r divided by 6. So if we apply sigma for this, 2r cube by 6, 3r square by 6, r by 6. Okay, so here I will do simplification. 2 1s are 2 3s are, 3 1s are 3 2s are. So simplification is not possible. So we will get sigma r cube by 3 plus sigma r square by 2 plus sigma r by 6. Now all the constant values I will take outside, that is 1 by 3 sigma r cube plus 1 by 2 sigma r square plus 1 by 6 sigma r cube value I will substitute, r square I will substitute, sigma r values I will substitute. So 1 by 3 as it is, r cube, that is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 1 by 2 as it is for r square, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6 plus sigma r 1 by 6 into n plus 1 whole divided by 2. Now if we expand this still, here 1 by 3 outside as it is into n plus 1 whole square, n into n plus 1 whole square by 2 square is 4 plus this 2 I will do multiplication here. So we get n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 2 6 are 12 plus n into n plus 1 divided by 6 2s are 12. The same way for the first term also I will write 3 into 4 12. So directly I will write here 12. So now if we observe n into n plus 1 whole square by 12 plus n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 12 plus n into n plus 1 by 12. All the denominators are same. So we can do direct addition. Otherwise, in this n into n plus 1 is there, in this n into n plus 1 is there, in this also n into n plus 1 is there. So from the numerator I will take n into n plus 1 common. Okay. So if we take n into n plus 1 by 12 common, then from the first term we remains with n into n plus 1 plus from the second term we will remains with 2n plus 1 plus third term 1 as it is. So n into n plus 1 divided by 12 times I will expand this n into n square plus n into 1 n plus 2n plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 n into n plus 1 divided by 12 times of, from these two terms I will take n common, so remains with n plus 1. From these two I will take out 2 common, so remains with n plus 1. So we get n into n plus 1 whole divided by 12 times of n plus 1 into n plus 2. So now if we observe clearly, here n is there, so n as it is. Here n plus 1, here n plus 1. 2 times n plus 1 is there, so n plus 1 whole square into n plus 2 whole divided by 12. So the final value is n into n plus 1 whole square into n plus 2 divided by 12. Till now, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe for more videos. Thank you.